Don't drop your guard. An enemy will never attack in lovely batches of 3. They will always try to catch you unawares. Like thus. You see? Now I've gained the advantage. I've pressed you and put you off balance, and as such, your footwork has suffered. You see, you're using this time to quickly correct it, but an enemy will never give you the luxury of such time. In fact, they will see that your footing is off, and they will press even harder. You won't even have time to realise that your footing is off before he throws himself at you. Why are you smirking? Was it something I said? Oh, you infantile! On guard! You have to focus. How are the Evergreen Court ever supposed to take you seriously if you can't even do it yourself? You think you're doing well, do you? You think you're holding your own? Well, Your Highness, let's see what happens when your faithful servant stops pulling his punches. And there you go, Your Highness. In just 4 short strokes I have you disarmed, and you're back against the tree. So tell me, just how confident do you feel that you can get out of this situation? Just how sure are you that you're still holding your own? What's your next move? That was a cheap shot, Your Highness, and one that I hope you will not repeat in the heat of battle when faced off against some marauder or bandit. Oh, I am not blushing. I am merely overheating. And believe it or not, fighting in a full set of armour makes one prone to hot flushes. Doesn't exactly do one wonders for ventilation when you wear a full set of plate armour. Perhaps we should take 5. Please ensure that you take on plenty of water. We have been awfully active this afternoon. No, don't look at me like that. Whenever you do, it means you're about to say something that is just completely untoward and inappropriate. Need I remind you that you are a royal, Your Highness? You are not cut of the common cloth, you are not that of vulgar nature, and you are supposed to rise above that of lowbrow humour, double entendre, and entanglements with your staff. Well, yes, I suppose that as a captain of the guard and a royal protector, no less, that I am also supposed to be above romantic attachments with that of whom I'm supposed to be protecting. But I must remind you, it was you that stuck into my room. All right, okay, perhaps I am in some way complicit. Touché, Your Highness. Touché. Now, take a quick drink of water and a minute to compose yourself, and we'll get back to sparring. We have a lot of work to do before you'll be in a somewhat ready state to present yourself to the Evergreen Court as a potential knight. I know you're tired, Your Highness, but you're the one that wanted this, if you remember. When I told you I was being sent away to join the court, you were all too eager to fall on your sword to join me. Where's all that bravado gone now? Don't tell me that all it takes is a few miles on your feet and a few blisters on your hands before that ivory tower starts calling you back. Don't tell me surely that I mean so little to you that the slightest bit of manual activity just overcomes you. Oh, I only jest, Your Highness. It is a very tiring thing to war. It's an activity that no such exercise can prepare you for. Of course, you can run, you can do push-ups, pull-ups, you can work every single muscle to the bone, but nothing quite makes you ready for that first tussle on the battlefield. Outrunning that first barrage of arrows that comes your way. Or being sandwiched in the crowd of sweaty, bleeding bodies in the throngs of a battle. It's a workout like no other. Every single muscle screams out in unison. Your lungs feel like they've been stretched to bursting and set ablaze with the hottest of coals. Every single fibre of your being begs you to stop, begs you to just let this blow land, let it all be over, just drop your guard and let go. It's as much a mental trial as it is a physical one. And whilst I find you particularly endearing, and thus worthy of the odd consideration whenever your footing needs correcting or your guard drops, you may find that the knave or rogue that you face on the battlefield will not share that sentiment, and will seize any opportunity, any weakness that you show them as a chance to strike. And as much as I want, as much as I hope that you can come to the Evergreen Court with me and that we can be together, as much as I want you by my side, I will not send you there unless I know that you can and will defend yourself to the fullest of your abilities. Because I can't be selfish. I can't put my desire to have you next to me above my desire to have you in this world at all. I won't send you to the Evergreen Court with my endorsement unless I believe that you can hold your own. And right now, I'm sorry to say that I don't think you can. Your Highness, it's not that I'm not being unfairly harsh. I have no doubt of your mentality, of your spirit. But spirit just isn't enough. We have to build you up physically, we have to make you robust, we have to build your stamina and your strength and your form, we have to hone your skills and make you a knight. It's a process that can take years, decades even, and we are trying to accomplish this in a matter of weeks. So forgive me, Your Highness, but I can't help but think that whilst your heart is in the right place, this might be beyond us. Perhaps it's time to face facts. Perhaps we should simply appreciate the time that we've spent together and enjoy the time we have left before I go. It would be the end of the world. I'm sure that you'll be inundated with requests for courtship from many young and handsome nobles from around the world. You'll have no shortage of strapping and wealthy and charming young men to sweep you off your feet and live happily ever after with. And I shall begin my servitude to the Evergreen Court. I shall spend my days protecting your kingdom and ridding it of ne'er-do-wells, of bandits, of beasts and anything that would cause you harm, and I shall spend my nights trying not to think of you, and doing so anyway. Truth be told, Your Highness, whilst I always harboured stirrings for you, that love which ignited in my chest back in my bedchambers, it's grown into an all-encompassing blaze. It's ignited in my very soul, and it's left scars and burns that will never heal. You've marked my very being, and I don't want those marks to heal. I want to be selfish. I want you to stay. But what kind of protector would I be? Eh? What kind of protector would I be? It was a nice idea, thinking that I could train you, that I could get you ready to join me as a knight. And the Evergreen Court only ever accepts the best of the best. I knew that. We knew that. I mean, just to become a knight, you have to train from childhood. I was wielding a sword from the age of 11. Did my first 10-mile hike at the age of 12 and a half. Killed my first wolf at 13. My first man at 15. And at the ripe old age of 19, and with many battles under my belt and many more scars littered across my body, I finally graduated from squire to knight. It was a long journey, and an arduous one. And looking back, I realise just how impossible of a task it would be to condense all those years of experiences down and impart them to you. And also how little I want you to experience them. I have many memories of my years of squiredom. Few were free from hardship. Even fewer were happy. I can't help but feel that those memories changed me, made me different from what I could have been. Perhaps if I had never experienced those memories, I would have smiled more. I would have made the same rude jokes that you so enjoy. Perhaps I would have laughed. I would have partied and sang and danced. Perhaps I would have been a merchant or a cobbler, a blacksmith or a thief, a bard. Instead, I'm a knight. Very much a knight. And I worry that if you were to experience these memories for yourself, if you were to train as a knight, to become a knight, that it would change you too. And I can think of no greater crime, no greater sin than changing someone as perfect as you. Your Highness, this... I appreciate the comforting embrace, but it's hardly appropriate. Well, yes, I know that we chose this spot of the woods because it would be out of the way of prying eyes, but... Thank you, Your Highness. And I'm sorry. I'm letting my own emotions cloud my judgment. It's your decision to make, Your Highness. If you wish to continue training, I will not object. I just worry. Yes, I know that you can take care of yourself, Your Highness. And I also know that you're so stubborn that there's a chance you may be entirely unaffected by all of the trials that we will have to put you through in order to hone your skills, to make a knight out of you. But I'll still worry all the same, if that's all right with you. Now, I want you to remember, Your Highness, that you did, just there, say that you asked for this, that you wanted this. So when the training gets tough, I want to hear no complaining out of you. I don't want to see any pouting or any sad eyes or any groans or moans. I want you to just deal with it. Just take what I throw at you and grit your teeth and bear it, because it's not fun. It really isn't. There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's going to be a lot of character building and even more stamina building. Expect sword fights like this, the lessons that we are teaching you, to go on from sunrise until sunset. I'll have words with the royal doctors and see if they perhaps can whip up a poultice or two to tend to the blisters that will quickly form on your hands. I do suggest, however, you begin to wear gloves when tending to your regal duties, as we don't exactly want to draw suspicion as to what your extracurricular activities may be. Well, no, I suppose that learning the way of the sword is not entirely taboo for someone of your regal station, Your Highness. However, I was more referring to the manner in which you are learning, and the company that you are keeping. Your royal court is prone to gossip, and we would hate to have them suddenly discuss what dark corridor or quiet corner of the woods that you're sneaking off to with your royal protector, free to get up to any manner of activities that anyone could speculate about. And if we know your royal court, which unfortunately we do, we know that their speculations usually tend to be leaning more towards the conversation of potential scandal. Why are you looking at me like that? Have I said something again? Am I saying that the royal court thinks that we're sneaking around being intimate? Well, Your Highness, that's hardly... no, I am merely stating that I have overheard some rumours that have been making their way about the castle grounds regarding our closeness as of late. Not that we weren't previously close, because we were, but perhaps that, coupled with the news of my upcoming departure from the castle, has painted that closeness in a less than appropriate light. Well, I know they're not exactly wrong, Your Highness, but it's still not entirely comfortable to listen to. It makes one feel rather dirty, rather scandalous. Something that is unbecoming of a knight, let alone a royal protector trusted with watching over an esteemed member of the crown family. You think I'm cute when I'm flustered? Of course you do. You are impossible. I try to convey a very real worry about some very real gossip going around the castle, and all you can think to do is make jokes and try to fluster me. And what are you doing? Get away from my buckles. What do you think you're doing? What do you mean giving truth to the rumour? Oh my! But Your Highness, we're outside. We're yes, I suppose we are alone, with no one for miles around. But still, I must insist, this is hardly on second thoughts, I suppose a 5 to 10 minute break wouldn't hurt.